There I am. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? David Medina here. I am Chad's producer. You can follow me at David Medina PDX. Happy Thursday. We're almost to the weekend. My gosh, Lord Jesus in heaven, please bring us to the weekend. We are, I don't know about you, man, but it's just been one of those weeks, ladies and gentlemen, where I am just, it's spiritual attack from every single angle. But you know what? You know what makes us strong people in the Lord is that we're strong because we have the Lord. I hope you're doing okay. What's going on with you guys? Get in the chat, blow up the chat. If you're not following, or if you haven't liked and subscribed to the Chad Prather channel on Rumble and YouTube, please do that. But get in here, man. It's going to be okay. Let's come together. You got Trump saying he wants to buy beef from Argentina. To hell with our ranchers, I guess. We're going to dissect that. And we're also going to dissect the whole, another illegal alien costing lives in California. Gavin Newsom and California leadership and all of these cities across America have blood on their hands, even more now, as another Indian illegal that wasn't supposed to be here somehow got a commercial driver's license and ended the lives of 3 Americans, ladies and gentlemen. There's just some crazy stuff going on that we need to talk about. I don't know what Trump's doing. Listen, me and Steve were talking before I got on the show here. I'm going to tell you right now, I did not expect to host. Chad was supposed to host this show. That's why we're a little late. I apologize. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to slap on a hat. I didn't do my hair or brush my tooth. I just jumped on here. I'm going to bring Steve on here pretty soon. But me and Steve were talking about this whole Argentina beef thing. And you heard Trump say to help basically, lower the beef prices. Trump's like, we'll just buy Argentina beef, and ranchers are upset across America. They are lighting up the president. And, they're saying we're already struggling. Why would you buy beef? Why would that be a solution to buy Argentinian beef? While we're already struggling, it's not. And so, lot to talk about today. We're going to go over that. We're going to go over some other things. I want to see how you guys are doing. Let's get in there. And like I said, blow up the chat with those dancing bananas. Linda Adams, I know you're in there. I don't see the chat right now yet, but I know you're in there. Blow up the chat. And we'll bring Party Foul in here. Man, I'll just tell you guys this. So not to get too into the details, but the most recent spiritual attack that I experienced was last night at about 11 p.m. midnight. I actually went to bed early. I went to bed about 10 p.m., which is early for me. And I was like, man, I'm going to actually get a 7 hours of solid sleep tonight. And I was excited about it. And then all of a sudden my phone rang, and it was a personal, close, I guess you could say, family member of mine. And just the most craziest thing that came across my plate last night. I can't share details out of respect to them, but I just was like, dude. And I actually didn't go to sleep until 3 hours ago. So I'm running on low sleep, but you know what, dude? It's one thing about being a Christian is I ask God, give me strength. And there's just something that snapped to me right before I got on here that was like, go host the show for Chad. Chad's having internet connection problems again. I think it's being solved tomorrow. So next week we'll be back with Chad Prather as the host of his own show, which we're all excited for. We love Chad. But it was just like, man, I got off this hour and a half phone call, and I just was left just like, what the hell was that? And I was just like, man, the devil, when the devil attacks you from every angle in your life, relationships, family, your sleep, your job, it can get overwhelming. I felt overwhelmed last night. I felt overwhelmed this morning. I still do. Maybe it's good that I came on here because this is kind of therapeutic for me right now, because I'm just like, what is going on, man? But that's the thing, man. A lot of people think by being a Christian, your life's going to be easier. That's actually, it can be the opposite sometimes. The difference is that when you are a Christian, you receive, look at me. Do I look like someone that's troubled? I got stuff going on, but yeah, I'm a little stressed, but I know everything's going to be okay because I have God on my side and I'm doing the right things. So, it's just one of those things where you're just like, got to pray. You got to take a step back. If you got things going on in your life today that are overwhelming you, just take a step back, pray. I'm telling you, you're in those situations. You don't want to pray. There's a lot of times where I didn't want to pray this morning. You just don't want to pray. because you're just like, I'm just so overwhelmed. I want to go get something to eat, or, drown my feelings in a bottle of alcohol, or go have a cigarette, or go do drugs. I don't know. But I just encourage you that even when you push yourself through to pray, God will meet you, because the Bible says he will. I'm going to have Chad read Black Forest Supplements. Chad has joined. We're going to bring him on right. Chad, are you ready? Is he frozen? Okay, let's bring Chad on. Chad's here. Chad, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work, buddy.
Yeah, you freezing up too much? Can you at least
freezing up? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you at least do the Black Forest supplement ad real quick?
Yeah, put that thing up there. Put that banner up there if you can hear me. Yeah. So a lot of people have been asking me about this Black Forest supplement. Here's the deal. If you want to really get the peptides in your body that really are going to be this absolute brain shock for your body and your system, you can get that from chocolate in the cocoa bean, but actually you can't get enough in the chocolate because the process of making chocolate from the cocoa bean is going to get all the flavonoids out of there. So our friends over at Black Forest Supplements have made a deal where you can actually take the flavonoids from the cocoa bean, and it just puts your brain on a steroid. I mean, it's insane what it does to your body and just absolutely energizes you in every way. It's complete health makeover. Go to blackforestsupplements.com/Chad. 100% natural. The customer service support is incredible. It's made in the USA, unlike Argentinian beef. Blackforestsupplements.com. Check them out and get that stuff. I mean, it is a superfood supplement that you need to get a hold of. And right now, they got a deal going where they'll give you a good little chunk of change off, a good discount. Use promo code Chad. So check them out, blackforestsupplements.com. And if you heard that, give me a thumbs up. Hey.
I'm over here. I'm sorry. I'm like laughing in your ear because like it just looked like we just brought you on for a hostage read. Like it looks like a hostage video. You were so, because you got so much going on over there, dude. Are you okay, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. It's it's just life, and life happens. And the thing is, you try to do life and try to keep up with your schedule at the same time. I mean, what we're asked to do every day, talking nonstop and to be on all the time, sometimes doesn't mix with life. There's no vacations to be taken. You got to take stuff on the road with you. You know, if you're trying to move like I did and you're trying to get some services brought into the little.
I almost feel like this is the Lord, like giving Chad a chance, giving me a chance to just like stop Chad and talk, There you go. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you know what? We have something better for you, or just second best for you, I guess you could say. Party Foul Steve here. Let's bring Party Foul Steve. He's not freezing up. He's in his nice little studio. How you doing this morning, Party Foul? What did you think about what I had to say in the opening monologue?
No, I loved it. Was I listening? Yeah, I was listening.
Jeez, dude. Thanks, man.
No, I was, man, I'm always afraid to answer my phone after a certain time at night, especially if it's from like one of my kids or, a family member or a friend. But sometimes it's good news. It's not always bad news. So I always answer it. So, but yeah, those late night calls can be that instant feeling of what is going on, what's happening, what's wrong. And the same thing, because my son works weird shifts, different hours, all kinds of stuff. So he's the one that'll call at an odd time. And every time, or if I call him, like if I call him at a certain time, he's like, "Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, everything's great. I'm just calling to say hey."
Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, last night was crazy, man. It's like the devil totally used someone to cause confusion to someone that's close to me about what I do for work, which is like politics and kind of standing for good here in Oregon, standing against evil, corrupt politicians. It's, pretty similar to what Chad does, but I do it more on a local level here in Portland. We do cover national stories, but yeah, man. I mean, it's just like when you do something, when you do the right things in life, it's so crazy how much more, like you're more of a threat to the devil. That's why I try to tell my daughter, I say, look, the more the more good and the closer you try to get to the Lord, the more the devil's going to try to trip you up, because you're more of a threat to him and what he's trying to do and destroying this world and destroying souls.
Yeah, you were kind of fired up this morning when we were talking before the show. And man, with all the chaos going on in my own life, I was able to, at that moment, I was calm. At that moment, with everything going on in my own life, I was calm at that moment. I said, "Hey, David, it's going to be all right.
Did you hear me yelling, or did I have my mic?
Yeah, I know. I heard you yelling. You were getting frustrated. I understand. You had to put a shirt on to come on and do the show. I think you were. Did you run around naked in there? You said my studio's not ready. I'm not dressed. I haven't brushed my tooth.
Hey,
Do you
man.
only have one tooth?
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you right now. There ain't no bottom to this. I'm just gonna tell you. I was in my briefs, and I had a t-shirt on, and I slapped this sweatshirt on, slapped a hat on, my shorts all the way upstairs in my room. And we're just, I mean, that's probably TMI. I know,
No, it's all good. I feel like the show must go on.
It must go on, man.
Chad's in or out, we can still talk about what's going on in the world. I mean, we know a little bit.
Yeah.
And
we know a little bit. Yeah.
We know a little bit. We watched the news. We watched
Chad Prather and saying stuff. We're not as like, I don't know how the dude does it. I mean, he like when he like, I can say something, and I like to just say things in simple terms because I want everybody to be able to understand it. But Chad has a way of doing that in the most eloquent way, in the most articulate way, and still making it seem like simple.
He can do that. He's very good at that, articulating the words and all that kind of stuff. He can also chew your ass and make it sound like it's a compliment.
Yeah.
And you're like, you walk away going, damn.
Right.
So, he's very good at that.
Hey, man, real quick, let's talk about this beef stuff. First of all, let's get into the top stories of the day and talk about what is Trump doing, baby?
Hey, I know what he's trying to do.
So, and perfect picture of the whole, look at that. You guys see that? Look at Trump. All right, there we go. President Trump says we will buy Argentina beef. So check this out. He was asked a question on Air Force One about what he'd say to U.S. ranchers losing their their shirts, and here's his answer. Check this out. A lot of ranchers are upset over this.
They have no money. They have no.
Question is, what do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can. But don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying.
Okay, right. This does piss me off a little bit, and I say it pisses me off because what happened to America First, Make America Great Again, and they're screwing our own farmers. It's it's frustrating. I understand other countries struggle and stuff like that, but here we are. Our fuel's too high, the feed's too high, everything is affected. Why aren't where's the fuel cost going down? Because that hasn't went down. I mean, the national average just went down like 10 cents. Yeah. Okay. That's not near enough. When it's costing you so much money, people drive to work. There's lots of people. I know people that commute an hour to work every day. Yeah. Not because it's an hour away, because it's 20 minutes away and it takes an hour to get there because of traffic and stuff like that, or whatever the case. But where are our low fuel prices? They just have not came down enough, because that fuel prices affect everything from the feed that is for the cows and stuff. That the American farmer can't sell their beef for what the Argentinas can. They're starving to death. They're going to sell it next to nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, Trump's not even a year into his term. He's done a lot. I mean, we got like virtually zero border crossings. He has completely saved Washington, D.C. Grocery prices have come down. Egg prices have come down. There's a lot of good things happening. Trump's, stopped 6 wars. Do you realize what? If all those wars,
but he just slapped American farmers right in the face.
Yeah.
Well, he slapped them in the face. That was kind of It's just.
Yeah, I mean, again, here's the thing, man. And I'm not like some Trump. You know this. I will call Trump out. I called him out for the the whole COVID thing, Operation Warp Speed. We're not like Trump, super Trump. like Trump's our god and he can never do no wrong. But I'll just say this, man. He took over a disastrous 4-year administration that nearly destroyed our country. He absolutely, I mean, Joe Biden is probably going to go down as one of the worst presidents in the United States. And the thing was, the dude wasn't even like lucid, half the time. He was on vacation, a third of his presidency or some crazy number like that. So Trump is kind of trying to, I'll just tell you this, Trump stopping the 6 wars alone, how many lives that saved? but also, can you imagine what the oil prices would have been if Biden or Kamala got 4 years? I mean, this country would have been crippled, man. So, I mean, let's see what Trump's doing. He says things, and then he listens to his advisors. We'll see what he's doing. But I wanted to read this statement from Meriwether Farms in Wyoming, who are pleading with President Trump. Hey, please don't do this. We support you. We love you. Here's what they said. Dear POTUS Trump, we love and support you. This is a post on X. But your suggestion to buy beef from Argentina to stabilize beef prices would be an absolute betrayal to the American cattle rancher. We understand there are large economic and geopolitical dynamics at play, including countering CCP influence in countries in our hemisphere, but the practice of solving problems over there before solving problems here on our soil is what contributed to the downfall of our country. Americans always come last. So that's kind of what you just alluded to, Steve. We understand beef prices are high, and we admire your concern for all Americans, but this is not the fault of the American producer. This is the fault of politicians who have allowed BRICS-aligned entities to dominate the meat industry that participate in price fixing and who also continually lie to their consumers. Washington for decades has facilitated the squeezing of our own ranchers while allowing these entities to flood the market with cheaper, lower quality imports. And the American people don't even know these products are foreign because they are allowed to be marked as product of the USA. On top of all of this, there is only chaos coming from the Department of Agriculture. There is no true guidance, mixed messaging, and copious amount of photo ops. There is no one to trust over there that truly understands the big issues and isn't bought out by our aligned big industries. They go on to say, the American cattle rancher is one of the last symbols of independence we have as a nation, but the continued manipulation and betrayal by the very people who claim to support them needs to end immediately. While only representing 1% of the population, the work is tireless, daily, in poor conditions with low margins, without thanks, all in order to keep this country fed. We would be a failed nation if we continue to betray the very people who put food on the table for us. There are many voices on the outside that support you and that want to see you succeed. Maybe it's time to start listening to them. Your team knows how to get in touch with us. Sincerely, Meriwether Farms. What are your thoughts, Steve?
Well, we have to buy U.S. beef, period. They used to have, grown in the USA, and I know there's still some stuff you can make sure that is grown and bought from our farmers here in America. And yes, you're going to have to pay. You have to pay a little bit more to get that. And I'm okay with that. And you talked about grocery prices going down. I do the grocery shopping in my family. I mean, pennies. It's went down. It's not a significant amount.
I've been wondering why my steak has been so expensive lately. I usually buy like a nice little top sirloin steak, and it's like $14 for just an 8-ounce, dude.
I'm a ribeye eater, so I'm either eating a ribeye or I'm eating a fillet. I'm eating the good stuff, and I'll pay $45 for a good steak from America.
Ribeye is good. The only thing is I'm trying to eat lean beef, and ribeye usually isn't the most lean type of cut. But
go to the fillet. Get you a fillet at a restaurant. It's going to cost you $45, but.
So, one of the things that I think is crazy about this is, why are we getting any of our food outside of the United States? Like, why are we sourcing our beef from like other countries and our grain? Or like I don't know about you guys, and I don't know, like, I'm not a huge expert on like the agriculture industry, the food industry, but I just think that if the United States being the number one superpower, all these other countries trying to take us out. China tried to take us out in 2020 with the COVID, with the coronavirus. Why are we getting any of our food from anywhere but our homeland? I mean, we have the resources, don't we, Steve?
Yeah, and I just got some hot news came in straight from Chad Prather. He told me to read this on the air. Read this to y'all, and this is from Donald Trump. And this, the cattle ranchers who I love don't understand that the only reason they are doing so well for the first time in decades is because I put tariffs on cattle coming into the United States, including 50% tariff on Brazil. If it weren't for me, they would be doing just as they've done for the past 20 years. Terrible. It would be nice if they would understand that, but they also have to get their prices down because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking also. Does he not think about the labor cost for our ranchers to raise those cattle? how do you drive those prices down when the fuel and the feed and the labor costs are so high?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's the statement from President Trump responding to the cattle ranchers of America who are irate with him saying that he'll buy Argentina beef. Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. This is, like I said, I just go from the history of President Trump. Every time that we've questioned him on stuff like this and on business stuff like this, he's almost always been right. I know this is an emotional, this is, emotions are running high, and we care about our ranchers, and they are the part of the heartbeat of America, and they do keep us fed, and they go through hell to keep us fed. I mean, you ever been on if anybody's ever been on a farm and see what these guys go through, it is hard work, man. And it is like
24 hours a
sunrise
day,
to sundown.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no vacations. These guys are rare. They don't go take vacations. They work.
Yeah. So just like there was a lot of people on the right that were questioning President Trump at the beginning of his term with the tariffs, right? And people were like, I had people come to me, I love Trump, but what is he doing with the tariffs? And I'm just like, dude, the guy knows what he's doing. Just like let him do his thing. He's playing the long game. He has to undo a lot of these like insane Joe Biden climate change BS policies that was crippling our economy. Like, give the man time. And so they gave him time, and you saw that the tariffs were starting to pay off. They made historic deals of car companies and other countries investing into America. And so when I see this, I feel for the ranchers, but at the same time, this dude, Donald Trump, who was given $1 million loan to start and turn it into billions. And he knows what he's doing, I think. And I'm not this like super MAGA Trump loyalist. I just call it as it is. And Steve, I truly believe this guy knows what he's doing. And he usually says the cattle ranchers who I love, he didn't slam them. He loves them, but he's trying to tell them the situation.
Putting them out of business. That will put them out of business. The smaller farms will have to shut completely down. That's by his decisions.
Yeah.
That causes that.
Well, are cattle ranchers doing well? Are they doing well?
No.
I mean, he says he put a 50% tariff on Brazil, and he put tariffs on cattle coming into the United States. That's going to help. That's going to help our ranchers here. When they're putting tariffs on, beef coming in or any products coming in, that helps. That is always going to help American companies.
What is the tariffs on the Argentina beef coming in?
Yeah. Well,
is that going to drive our prices down or drive our prices up?
Yeah. He says, if it weren't for me, they would be doing just as they've done for the past 20 years. Terrible. It would be nice if they would understand that, but they also have to get their prices down because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking. Yeah. I mean, Trump looks at things from all different, that's what you have to do as a businessman, as a fellow businessman, not even close to Trump, but it's the same principles that we follow. We have to think of like many different factors, Steve. When I'm running a business, and in this case, Trump running the United States, he can't get emotional. He has to think of things from everybody, from the consumer, from the producer, from whoever we're doing business with overseas. So I think we just need to chill a little bit. And I feel for those cattle ranchers, and maybe Trump will walk his buying Argentina beef back. He is the guy that will listen to his advisors. This is why he hired Susie Wiles as his chief of staff. Susie Wiles was not the most MAGA person. She's more of like more of a moderate, but she's very smart, and she gets along with everybody, and she rules with an iron fist. This is why he brought her in. Instead of some crazy, like some big MAGA person to be his chief of staff. He brought in Susie Wiles. So Trump, I trust what he's doing, man. He knows what he's doing. He's shown to me, he has shown a track record of putting America first. And I'm not going to give up on him right now. We have Chad joining us. Chad, are you there? This poor guy.
Yeah.
He's just coming on. He's like freezing every like.
Yeah. You know what? Trump may have it, but I don't know that, and I don't see that, and I don't feel that for our American farmers.
Yeah. Well, Chad's here, and let's see if he can. Chad, what do you think about this whole thing with the beef stuff, man? Are you like me, where it's like, hey, let's wait and see what Trump is up to, or are you with Steve, like this is a betrayal of the American cattle rancher?
Yeah, both. So there's both of those things going on, and if I go out, y'all nod your head.
But I want to jump in on this thing. Let me get down here on that. Yeah, keep me like that.
Yeah.
Keep me vertical. So here's the thing. You got to remember there's a couple of things. So ranchers and farmers both, and there's a huge difference between ranchers and farmers. So we tend to use those interchangeably. There's two different things. They both deal with two different things. So when you're dealing with livestock ranchers, um, in some parts of the country, people think of farmers and ranchers as sort of doing the same job. They really don't. A farmer's growing produce. They might have some livestock, but ranchers, they're covering a lot of acreage. So here's the problem. You guys have alluded to some great points across the board in that it's expensive. Like you're making $1 million investment on a $45,000 return. It's hard to be a rancher, hard to be a farmer. When you start getting into this beef issue, I do believe we got to let Trump cook. I do believe that we can bring it to a point where we say, okay, he knows what he's doing. Argentina is an ally by helping them fund their economy in this way. We're actually keeping the CCP out. We're keeping China money and China influence out of that, which is something we don't want in this hemisphere. So that's a good thing. But you got to look at all the different ways the farmer and the rancher are getting hosed in this country. I mean, they got to go out and buy this, $100,000, $150,000 tractor that's got 27 different speeds. I mean, give them one that's 100 horsepower that goes north and south, forward and backward. I mean, that's all they need. But they run out of options on trying to be able to fund the way they're doing something. And the problem is ultimately the American consumer. The American consumer wants grass-fed beef on grain-fed prices, and you just can't do that. So you're getting a better quality of beef out of Argentina than what you can afford to get out of American ranches right now. And there's plenty of people out there can correct me on the nuances of this. But at the end of the day, we're screwing our ranchers and farmers because they're not able to go out there and produce something for the same prices that Argentina can. And so why aren't we funding those guys? I think there ought to be a cap
Yep.
on diesel fuel for people who have a license that are going to move livestock up and down the road. There needs to be a cap on diesel at like $2.50 a gallon. There needs to be there should be a tax break for anybody that's got a certain, different tax breaks on different types of land and land usages. And there is some of that, but it could be way better than what we've got right now in this country. So we're literally punishing the rancher and the farmer, and we're not giving them the things that they need in order to do the job. And then we're going to punish them again by not using their beef. So this is a catch-22. I do think Trump knows what he's doing. He's all about the global economy. He's also about global strength, peace through strength. But at the end of the day, we're punishing our own people in so many different freaking ways. And I think that the way Trump came off on this deal is a little braggadocious. It's also pompous, and it's pretty assholish, quite honestly. Because there's some people who get up there and they saddle up, like Steve said, they're 24 hours, 7 days a week. I mean, these guys are gone, and there's no reward for that. You never know when there's going to be a drought. You never know when there's going to be
Here's
a disease is going to get in your livestock. And so to further put your finger in the wound, to me, is a hard way to do it.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think he's meaning to put a finger in the wound. I think that he's just being real, because as well as I do, Chad, all of the headlines that are starting to cook up about how Donald Trump is not fulfilling his campaign promise, and he's betraying the American cattle rancher. He has to get ahead of it, and the best way to get ahead of it is just to go straight to the source, to the cattle ranchers. He told me, hey, I love you guys, but there's more to this, and you guys got to just give me time. Trust me. I've put tariffs on cattle coming into the United States to help you guys out. Let's not forget about the last 4 years under the mummy in chief, Joe Biden. Let me ask you this, Chad. I said this earlier. Why? Maybe you'll definitely know the answer, better answer to this. But why isn't America self-sustaining when it comes to our food, and where we get our food and our beef?
Well, look at everything we do. Look at the way we grow stuff. I mean, people have gluten allergies and celiac disease here from eating our bread and our wheat, and they don't have it when they go to Italy or France. They can eat that stuff all day long. But, we got people eating cauliflower crusts on pizza because we've diseased our own people. I mean, you got stuff that we're spraying on our wheat that the Roundup can't break down and kill. You think your body's digestive system is going to do that? Absolutely not. And so we've made it next to impossible to mass produce our own food without absolutely destroying the food and its nutrients in the meantime. We're destroying our soil, we're destroying our livestock. And I see some of the comments that are in the chat, because I was watching while you guys were, and by the way, thank you guys for covering with this curveball I threw you. But
You'd beat us. We don't have a choice. You'd beat us.
Conditions will worsen. But We've had a labeling problem in this country for a long time. You can package something in the U.S. and say that it's a U.S. product, and it's beef that's coming from Brazil. That's a bunch of BS. And I said earlier, talking about what Trump was saying, what I said about Trump being assholish. Listen, I don't mind Trump being an asshole. He can be an asshole, but careful how you do it. Careful in the way that you word that tone towards the people who have been your biggest supporters, and the farmers and the ranchers and the blue collar workers have been hardcore. To say that they would continue to fail, they're continuing to fail because we're not helping them in this country. We don't subsidize what they do. We don't put caps on anything. Like I said, it's $1 million investment to do a job that gives you a $50,000 return. Defund the freaking climate change. The climate initiative, the green initiatives are destroying everything. People can't go out and do work the way they're supposed to do work without getting penalized by all these freaking, tree huggers. And so we're living in the day and age that we've created. And if we're not careful, we're going to end up where the Bill Gates utopian reality begins to happen, where we're all eating synthetic meat and
Yep.
stuff that was put together by a 3D model maker. I don't want to eat that. And I don't want to eat my dogs. I don't want to become Vietnamese overnight. I don't want to have to get into stuff
Kidding,
like that.
YouTube.
But we could make it a whole lot freaking easier. And I see what Renee's saying. The steaks, have got pieces are being glued together. That's true. I mean, they're doing that. You know
Yep.
what? I'll tell you this. We don't even have butchers anymore. Butcher. We talk about. Well, I'm going to go to the butcher. You don't have a butcher anymore. Now you have a meat cutter. You have somebody that gets this processed
Yep.
stuff in,
Yep.
and they slice it up. They don't even know which grain to cut it with anymore. And I'm not saying they don't exist, but it used to have every town, every community had a butcher. We don't have butchers anymore. You don't have anybody that knows how to butcher meat. So I was just in Wisconsin and killed, several deer. Steve can go out in his garage right now
Is one being
into one of the freezers I gave him.
Holy crap.
Actually, it's not in your garage, it's in your dining room.
Yeah.
Wait,
He
Steve,
can go out there and grab meat that we killed last year.
Steve, is that
People don't know how to go out and harvest their own meat anymore.
yeah. Chad, is
And so
is that coming from you?
Sounds
I
like a
love this guy
chainsaw.
back behind me working. Thank God he's working.
Oh, good deal.
Oh my God! Welcome to the Chad Prather Show, everybody, where we just wing it, right? And it's just
Yeah.
attack after attack. Chad, let me ask you this.
He speaks Russian, by the way. He's Armenian.
Is he? You should bring him over here, dude. Let's talk to him. Let's say, hey, man,
He's illegal. I don't want to mess with him because I'm pretty sure he's Russian mob.
Yeah, dude. Dude, did you see the just not to get too off topic, but did you see the Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups getting arrested?
Yeah.
But for being tied to the mafia? What is going on in our world, man?
Dude, I'm telling you, everybody's looking for a leg up, man.
Dude, so you made really good points. That's why you're the host, right? That's why you get paid the big.
You know what? Eric the Great makes a great point right here.
What'd he
I
say?
haven't read all of it, but he says we used to check people's blood type to see if they were even capable of breeding together. Unfortunately, we can't discuss why GE had to stop manufacturing appliances in Mexico. Or say black in Spanish. That's so funny, and it's so true. I had to. Steve, did you have to get a blood test before you got married?
No.
I did. My first marriage.
The heck?
I don't think I did.
That's why we had 4 incredibly smart kids.
I don't think I had to do that with my first or
You probably should have.
No, I'm good. They're geographically far away around
Can I just say it is October 23rd, which is Kabuki Syndrome Awareness Day, and it makes me miss a little kid that I love very much who has Kabuki syndrome. And so I want to give a shout out to the Kabuki Foundation. Anyway,
hey Chad,
a lot of you guys think Kabuki is some kind of theater. It's not.
What is Kabuki?
Kabuki is a condition that causes eye problems in children. It's a noticeable facial structure and things like that. And so a lot of times people see these kids and they think that they have something, either something happened in an accident or it was a deformity or something like that. It's actually Kabuki syndrome. A lot of them deal with blindness, but they're the sweetest kids on the planet. Wow.
Did you guys hear about the illegal in California that killed 3 Americans because with that another one killed 3 Americans and had a commercial driver's license here in the U.S. illegally? Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, and let me tell you a funny story. Well, not a funny story. That's a tragic story because that's the second time in a month that this has happened with these CDLs getting issued out of California, Gavin Newsom's bureaucracy. And I was talking to my friend who's got a ranch up in Wisconsin this week. Actually, we were together, and he said that he's got people that bring grain in, and they're getting their CDLs from California. He said they can't even speak English. He
Wow.
goes, I'm asking them how they got their CDLs, and they say, sign paper, sign paper, sign
Yeah.
paper. That's
Yeah.
all they do. They're not testing. They're not getting licensed, anything. Just they go to
But
California and sign paper. It's ridiculous. Read that
it,
because I can't see it.
Chad, back up a little bit if you can. So yeah, just so we can see that
so
nice.
if you walk in to get your CDL and you're wearing sandals, that should be an automatic rejection. Just bam. I've seen it in the truck stops. Guys walking in and they're wearing the little slides. They shouldn't be
Yeah.
driving a big rig wearing the little slides. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that's the cause of the problem, but
Yeah. So yesterday, there was this illegal that what was his name? What's his name? Jasper. Can you pronounce that? You're good at pronouncing names, Chad. Pronounce
Yeah,
it.
it's I can't see it. It's Jadspur Singh Jang Jong Jong.
Yeah, you just
Jadspur Singh.
just to be seen.
Yeah, Jadspur Singh. Just to be seen.
just to be saying. So ICE issued an immigration detention from Brian Morello. Breaking news yesterday for this dude. And then an Indian national illegally present in the United States after his arrest in San Bernardino, California, County, California for vehicular manslaughter while being intoxicated in DUI. This was recorded on a dash camera. He was under the influence, resulted in 3 deaths, multiple injuries. Singh was initially entered the U.S. via the southern border in 2022 and was released into the custody during the Joe Biden administration. This monster right here, who shouldn't even been in our country, and I don't even know, not only shouldn't he have been in the country, but he was under the influence. California Governor Gavin Newsom and every single sanctuary and blue state and Democrat politician that pushes for these illegals to just be released into our community without any vetting. I honestly think people need to start being charged. I mean, is that too extreme? Can we start charging these people?
I don't know if you can, but they should be. They're responsible for it.
It's crazy. We have the video of that crash that broke yesterday. I'm sure you guys saw it. But
I mean, it's horrible. I mean, that's 3 people losing their lives immediately right there.
Look at this. Watch this.
That is now take a look. This is exclusive dash cam video that is now the subject of several law enforcement investigations. Shows the moment a red semi-truck plowed into a number of vehicles on the westbound 10 freeway in Ontario just after 1 p.m. yesterday. The CHP told the LA Times the driver of this big rig is a 21-year-old man who is now under arrest on suspicion of driving under the influence of drugs. A total of 4 semis were involved and also 4 passenger vehicles.
Unbelievable.
One of them exploding in flames. 3 people were killed and 4 others were taken to local hospitals. This horrific crash happened just east of the 15 freeway and shut down all westbound lanes for more than 12 hours. Thousands of drivers were trapped in the gridlock just as the evening commute was getting underway. It also happened near the Ontario airport, so the crash likely delayed people that were trying to get to their flights.
It doesn't have to be this way, right? We don't have to live like this. We don't need to live like this. I don't know why we keep putting up with this garbage. I am launching a full-on, if I'm president, this is probably why I'm not good, probably should not be president, because I would be launching a full investigation into California right now, and I would have Gavin Newsom and all of the other leaders that allow this to happen and American lives being being lost because of their actions and their inability to keep their community safe, just in the name of compassion, by allowing these illegals to just roam free. Not just illegals. We're not talking about the families that are just here for a better life and they haven't committed. These are people that have committed crimes. These are people that are actively committing crimes while they're not supposed to be in the country. He was under the influence. When do people start going to jail for this stuff, man? How many more lives have to be lost? I mean, they tried to throw Trump in jail for a business discrepancy, this is honestly, one of the highest forms of treason. Am I wrong, guys?
Well, I've spent a lot of time in third world countries. You guys know that I have. I talk about it all the time, and they don't treat the highways and the roads the same way that we do here.
Nope.
Life is basically meaningless in a lot of places. I've seen a lot of dead bodies on the side of the road. I've got friends that have been killed in third world countries because of the crazy driving. And when you bring that here, everything. I mean, you go to places like
West Africa. I mean, they live with their hand on the wheel and the other on the horn. They just bump, 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 bump. Most of the places in the world just drive with their horn because they care more about hitting somebody's goat or chicken than they do about hitting another person.
Yeah.
So, when you bring those types of values to the American highway system, but start looking at how much blood is on the hands of these administrations. Laken Riley, that guy was here in this country for the direct purpose, because of the direct purpose of a federal mandate, a federal law under the Biden administration. Now you got these people that are dying on the highways because of the administration of Gavin Newsom. So these are people dying because of our lawmakers and our administrators in elected office who are putting these things in place that are protecting these assholes, and people are getting killed because of it, and they got blood on their hands, and nobody wants to take any account for it. And so, yeah, I agree with you. What you said a little while ago, we need, to the fullest extent of the law or whatever, or create new laws, whatever it takes, to be able to hold these people accountable, because they need to understand you're not driving in freaking, Kabul anymore.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Thank you
Let's
for
set up some
censoring for YouTube.
immigration
What do you think,
immigration
Steve?
checkpoints at the truck stops, or immigration checkpoints at the way stations.
Yeah.
And if they're not supposed to be in this country, they damn sure shouldn't have a license.
No, you see those woods up there?
Yeah.
That's where the little cabin in the woods is.
I forgot you're vertical. Oh, dude, you're on a kind of nice property there. What are you doing, dude?
You don't know. You don't know nothing about me.
What's going on with you, bro?
You don't know nothing about me. I'm gonna show you what I found in the little cabin in the woods today, if I can find it. It's a little mouse, and I found him out here. I tossed him over here in this grass. I was gonna show him to you.
This is kind of cool. You've bought like 9 properties, I felt like, in the past like 6 months, dude. Like, what do you?
Dude, I'm a mover and a shaker, man. I believe in free market capitalism. I believe in flipping things and making it happen. And I like staying on the move so the IRS can't find me. Say something. There he is.
This guy Chad get us all pinched, man.
Found him.
Hey, what? Chad, that's a real mouse.
Illegally.
You won't put your tongue on it. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. Chad. I can't take it anymore, man. I need a Xanax, dude.
Carry diseases. Go wash your hands, Chad.
That's all good. Look how cute he is.
How far can you throw that thing?
What's that little Stuart the mouse? What was his name?
Stuart Little. Stuart the mouse.
Stuart Little. There he goes.
Oh gosh, ladies and gentlemen, we do care about the animals here on the Chad Prather Show. I just want to let all of you FEMA, what is it? Is it PETA? PETA activists.
Me and my mouse are coming to Dallas tomorrow and Saturday. We're going to be at the Dallas Comedy Club. Party Foul Steve wouldn't leave the house, so he's not going to be there.
Are you going to go wash your? You're going to go wash your hands, right? You're nasty, boy.
I'm trying to save you some money by not coming up there, so I'm expensive.
Country boy will survive. Country boy will survive.
Today's going to be a great day, but I wanted to make one last point on this thing with these illegals, with this whole treason kind of talk.
Hey, I'm going to show you something. Hang on a second, Dave.
Yeah. What's going on?
So if you look over my shoulder, this is Kenny Chesney's tour manager right here. You look right over there.
What?
Right over.
But does he know that you've been to the Oval Office?
He comes in my house like 3 times a day. I just turn around and he's there.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Super good dude.
Me and him go way back, even before Chad.
He's got Uber picking him up. Getting out of here.
Speaking of music industry, is your Super Bowl halftime show going to happen? You're putting something together.
Oh, they're doing it. It's called TPUSA.
Oh,
Turning Point. We were all a part of that.
Oh, wait. You're not? It's yours. You're doing it with TPSA, or is it separate?
They're doing it with us because of us. Oh. So that was something we all coordinated through. Make awesome. Music Right, TPUSA, John Rich, Brandon Lake. I mean, you name it. And whether those guys participate in the actual part of the show, I have no clue at this point. I've kind of turned it over, but yeah, that was all because of the influences there. So I'm just excited they're doing it. And if you guys don't know what Make Music Right is, that's an organization. I'm on the advisory board, Chloe Castillo's organization, and Chris Macchio. Chris sings all the national anthems at the Trump events. America's Tenor. He's a fantastic musician. But I was proud to see that thing come together. So we're trying to get more of the name recognition out there for Make Music Right. But yeah, we're all a part of it together, dude. Because we could have all done our different things, right? But why do that?
I love that you guys are coming together. Maybe I can sit by you this time instead of looking at you through binoculars. Guys,
I don't even know your name, sir.
I just show up. He's like, I don't even know this guy. But I want to talk about this because this is really important to just cap off before we get off here. Just to prove to you, because I threw around treason, and I don't throw around that word very like I don't throw it around lightly. I don't throw it around as a joke. Like there is literal treason that has happened in our country from politicians, mostly Democrats, right? This is one of them right here. Look at this. This whole sanctuary. These are the people who benefit from sanctuary policies. 51 arrests were made in one weekend. This last weekend in Portland, Oregon, you guys. They were arrests of individuals that shouldn't have been here from countries that span from Mexico, Venezuela, Guatemala, Honduras, China, Peru, Nicaragua, Colombia, Israel, Georgia, Egypt, and I'm even afraid to say Israel on the stream. And then the charges include sexual assault, domestic violence, child abuse. I love Israel, by the way. Assault, robbery, manslaughter, weapons charges, narcotic distribution. People with these charges were allowed to roam in our. This is who the Democrats talk about when they're talking about protecting Americans and when they say protect Californians or Oregonians. These are the people who they're protecting. They're not even separating these people from the whole Trump deportation immigrant narrative. Chad, what do you think?
No, it's just ridiculous, dude. The fact that any of this exists, this is the conclusion I came to yesterday because I was having a conversation with a friend who ended up at an event that was just nothing but crazy lefty progressives at this party, right? And said, walked by one of them and put their hand on the shoulder and just said hello. And the lady started screaming, "Do not touch me!" And then she went in the bathroom and started washing herself. We've allowed insanity.
Yeah.
We've normalized insane people, mental illness in this country. They've infiltrated every institution of our culture, from the politics to the justice system to our schools. We know all this, to the media, everything. And we're literally placating mental illness in this country at this point.
Yeah.
You cannot be a dyed-in-the-wool, true blue, no pun intended, leftist in this country without being abjectly insane.
Yeah.
I saw those people that you chased down yesterday, David, for painting on the wall. And I'm like, these people are crazy.
Yeah.
It's mental insanity, dude. I mean, it's great content, but it's mental insanity. And now you get stuff like this that you just mentioned. Something's got to change in this country, dude. It's got to change in this country or we're doomed.
Steve, what do you think?
I think you keep letting Riri's have babies and you're going to get more Riri's.
Man.
Yep.
Crazy. So to double down on their treason, because this is treason when you're putting the lives of federal agents in jeopardy by creating a master ICE tracker so that ICE agents can be attacked while they're doing their job. These, like, literally, when I say nothing has changed since the Charlie Kirk assassination with these people, nothing has changed. They have not changed their rhetoric. They have not changed their tactics. They have not changed their strategy to put federal law enforcement and conservatives and Christians and Trump supporters' lives in danger. These people have not changed. And so I get concerned a little bit, Chad. I mean, let's just watch this clip real quick of Mayor Bass in LA and LA political leadership talking about this master ICE tracker.
I shared this with the mayor. Over the course of the next couple of weeks, the Oversight Committee will be launching on their website a master ICE tracker where we're going to be essentially tracking every single instance that we can verify that the community will be able to send us information on.
How is this not treason? How is 100%. This not treason? How are these people not going to jail? I'm sorry, my daughter's still sleeping. Honey, it's time to wake up. How are these people not going to jail, man? I'm tired of this stuff, man. I'm tired of these guys getting away with this, and they want to demonize Trump and J6ers. Well, look at this. Like, what are they? Oh, go ahead, Chet.
And when you never hold anybody accountable, why wouldn't they double down? Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they just come up with the craziest shit in the world to come out with if they're never going to be held accountable? And they never even get their hands slapped, dude. So I love what Kevin Wade said in the chat yesterday about this. We need to get some old iPads and iPhones and start leading these people astray.
Yeah. Blow up the chat with some guillotines. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going. I'm just kidding. We're at the end of the day, we're Christians. We're love, right? We love people. We even love these crazy Democrats. But my biggest concern, chat, that's okay. That's good. Trump will tell you he doesn't either. Let me just tell you something real quick. this is my biggest concern, and I really want both of your guys' thoughts on this since I'm hosting the Chad Prather show. I know I'm kind of just going to lead this real quick. My biggest concern is that Trump is just poking the bear these 4 years. And I am terrified of a Democrat taking power in 2028. Obviously, I'm not truly terrified. We know where our peace comes from God, but I am concerned for my country that Trump is not going to get done what needs to get done, which is people going to jail, being held accountable, our elections cleaned up, our federal elections, make election day a holiday, make it federal law that voting has to be on paper, one vote, one day with valid ID. There are ways you can save the country from being completely destroyed, because if the Democrats take power in 2028, they're going after Tom Homan. They're not just going after Trump. They're going after Tom Homan. They're going after ICE agents. They're already telling you that. J.B. Pritzker, Illinois governor, already said this. They are going to come after everybody. They're going to arrest everybody. You think 2022 or 2020 was bad, or when Biden took office and they went after all of Trump's team and all of the people across the states and Jenna Ellis and all of these people? You think that was bad? You wait until if a Democrat takes office in 2028, this country's done. You're going to see people. They might even throw us in prison. Chad, go ahead.
Hillary's already said. Hillary already said these people need to be rounded up and re-educated. So come and get me, copper.
Dude.
I really think Trump really has to push Vance and guide him and put him more and more in, and we're kind of seeing that a little bit, but they got to get him ready for the next election, and they got to put him in front of the American people, because I think he can be Donald Trump on steroids, but come across I guess nicer. I don't want to say nicer, but just be able to come across better, more palatable to the American people.
Yeah. Well, you know what? So people are like, David's fired up. Put a fire emoji in the chat. Let's blow it up on the way out, because I'm just tired, just like you guys. I'm tired of the Democrats getting away with actual treason and actual threat to our constitutional republic. I am tired of them getting away with it. Listen, I don't care that Letitia James committed mortgage fraud. I don't care. I want people going to jail over what they did to the border and allowing people in this country that killed Lincoln Riley. I want people put in prison that took away our individual liberties and rights during COVID, and that made us had a card to go eat places, to go to the movies, that masked up our kids, that locked down our businesses. I want people going to jail for those things that are actually hurting our country. I could give a damn about mortgage fraud. I'm sorry. You know, I don't know. I got to stop, because I'm feeling my blood pressure go up, and I'm like literally feeling like I'm going to pass out. So I don't usually get this worked up anymore. But Chad, why don't you sing us out, or I don't know, take us out. I don't know.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you when you're progressive in America.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to jump off here. My phone's going to die. I got no cell signal. I promise you, starting next week, it's going to be lightning fast. It's going to be good. David, thank you for filling in. Party Foul Steve,
We got
thank
you. Gotcha.
Let me just say, for those of you, let me give you an assignment, little homework now before we get off of here, everybody. Jump over on Instagram or wherever and follow Make Music Right. Make Music Right. If you want to find out what's going on in that world and you want to keep up with those things, Make Music Right. Follow them on Instagram, okay? In the meantime, I love you, boys. Get out of here. I hope everybody has a good weekend, and joins me tomorrow morning for Before the Noise.
Yes, sir. We will be tuning in, man, and keep killing it on those Before the Noise, man. Those have been crucial. I turn those on when I'm in between stuff, man. And if you guys aren't tuning in to Before the Noise at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, or Central at 5 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday, please tune in. I think not just for Chad. This isn't for Chad. He doesn't do it for himself. He does it because the Lord has called him to bring this just incredible, unique messages to you every morning. This guy wakes up super early before this show to do this. I mean, he puts extra work in this, and we don't have any sponsors for it yet. He's doing this out of because this is what God is. He's obeying the Lord. So it just blesses you, and it's been blessing me. So tune into Before the Noise. Go to beforethenoise.com. Love you, boys. We're gonna get out of here.
Love you. Dallas Comedy Club this weekend. Love you guys.
Peace.